Assalamu alaikum ya America. Welcome back to a new episode of Mr. Habib. Today, I am bringing you an interview with possibly your next president and the Secretary of Education. Maybe.
Y'all wanna be interviewing them little dusty ass white motherfuckers.
Oh snap!
Mr. Biden, you are in your bunker. You don't need to wear a mask on the internet.
How you doing?
Hi, Biden. How are you?
How are you?
You already know this is going to be great. She starts off by calling him Barry.
How are you? The name's Joe.
At least he remembers his name.
Well, hello there, Joe.
As a matter of fact, why don't you meet my daughter? The love of my life, the life of my love. She's a fan of yours.
Hi, how are you?
This is
How are
Ashley.
you?
I am sure they share the same manicurist.
Good, how you doing?
You know the
I'm
nickname
good,
she
Joe.
gave her father when she was growing up? She'd call me Joey B. So we
Yeah.
may be related to something.
Something's telling me you are not related, but you are both stupid.
So, Joe, I heard you got some questions for me.
Oh, I do have some questions
He
for
wants
you.
to know what you smell like.
Thanks for your generosity dealing with people who are suffering from COVID. There's so many people who needlessly are in trouble, who are needlessly have died when they didn't have to, if we had taken the precautions we needed to. And
What steps would you have taken? Didn't you call Trump xenophobic for stopping travel from China?
Let me give it a buck. I just want Trump out.
What she is saying is she does not care who is running. It could be Satan on the blue ballot and she would vote for him. But instead, she got Slow Joe.
But I don't want somebody to lie to me and tell me that it's okay to go outside. It's okay not to wear a mask.
People should not be walking around with masks.
Pandemic. I need somebody to tell me the truth, the hardcore truth. And also, I, of course, want free Medicare. And this is why it's important to have free Medicare, because look what's happening right now. You see why we should have been have free Medicare for a long time. I, of course, think that we need a free college education. That's second.
They must shut down Bernie Sanders University. Free everything. This is not how it works.
And I want Black people to stop getting killed and no justice for it.
Start with your music. Stop rapping about death. And maybe your fans will stop killing each other.
tell me what your fans most say to you when they communicate with you online. What are they most concerned about?
Obviously, free college education, free Medicare.
I'm sure the intelligent Cardi B fans are talking about free education and free college.
For example, a lot of after-school programs that I was growing up with, there's no after-school programs a lot anymore in my hood.
That's right.
And
Nowhere.
it's like people are just wondering why is that?
Because people don't want to pay the taxes for
So
it.
you know the government is taking 40% of my taxes. And Uncle Sam, I want to know what you're doing with my tax money, because you know what I'm saying? Like when you donate to a kid from a foreign country, they give you updates of what they're doing with your donation. I want to know what you're doing with my tax money, because I'm from New York and the streets is always dirty. We was voted the dirtiest city in America. What is y'all doing? There's still rats on the damn trains. I know y'all not spending it in no damn prison, because y'all be giving niggas like 2 underwears, 1 jumpsuit for like 5 months. So what is y'all niggas doing with my money? What is y'all doing with my money? I want to know. I want receipts. I want everything. I want to know what y'all niggas doing with my money. What is y'all niggas doing with my Uncle Sam, I want to know what the fuck you doing with my mother.
And that's why this whole thing about government's bad has been such a downer for the things that really matter to you and me. I was doing very well as a single dad when my wife and daughter got killed. And I had 2 boys that survived that accident. I didn't have the money to have someone take care of my kid.
Joe, did you forget? Well, yes, you probably forgot that it is your policies that have destroyed the black families over the last 40 years. You have taken the man out of the household. So if the mother dies, there is nobody to take care of the children.
Use the power to change for the change you want by voting. Look, I'm a lot older than you, to state the obvious. When I was in high school,
Black people were not able to drink from the same water fountain or sit in the front of the bus.
this cell phone has changed America. Because what happens now? We're at a point where some brave kid, 15 years old, can stand there and for a total of 8 minutes and 46 seconds take a photograph.
Joe, it is called a video, not a photograph for 8 minutes.
Like people, we're not asking for sympathy. We're not asking for charity. We are just asking for equality.
That's
we
it.
are asking for fairness, and we are asking for justice. That is all. I feel like everything that people are asking for is getting interpreted in a very different way. No, it's simple. We just want justice. That's all. We want justice. We want to feel like Americans. We want equality.
Yeah, Habibi. Michelle Obama, she get mad when the white people move out. She say it's white flight. When the white people, they move back in, it is gentrification. Now they have to give you their house.
Certain things some things I'm a little cocky on, you know what I'm saying?
So what are you cocky about? The music?
Sucking.
Big.
A lot of these men will tell you, like, listen, I got a wife, but I want to have a good time. Oh, and I got bills, and I want them to be paid.
Let me say this real quick. For a woman to say, you want some of this ass, you want some of this, I want some money, that's hoeing.
It's not hoeing because sometimes I don't gotta get.
Yes, according to her face, it's hoeing.
The least prejudiced
Y'all wanna be interviewing them little dusty ass white motherfuckers.
and the most engaged generation in American history. And you're going to change things. You're going to change them. You're the reason I have such incredible hope. I really mean it. In the primaries, they kept saying, well, you know, there's not that many people voting. Biden's not going to excite anybody. We had the largest turnout in the primaries ever.
Welcome to the Biden rally when you can have 60 feet of social distancing.
People are ready. They're ready, and they know we can change it. But look, there's a lot, but we really rely on people like you. Got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black. And let me tell you something. The American people have never, ever, ever let their country down, given half a chance. Never. And they've been battered by corporate America. They've been battered by this president particularly. And the way in which he's able to continue to divide it, he appeals to the outright prejudice. Got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black. Of some of those in that community that don't have any money, and he just appeals to their prejudice. He spews hate. We got to stop it.
Prejudice is just so dangerous.
Y'all wanna be interviewing them little dusty ass white motherfuckers.
My mom used to have an expression. She said, Joey, the greatest virtue of all is courage. Because without courage, you couldn't love with abandon.
You must hurry with the interview. He is forgetting his words again.
And without courage, none of the other virtues would exist. It's time for some courage, and you're exercising it. You and other people of your stature who have millions of people who look to you. You're exercising courage. It's not easy for you to do this. You're going to get a lot of flack for the kinds of things you say, but you have the courage to stand up and say, now's the time.
With Hillary, she had Jay-Z, she had Beyonce, but you are using this woman who does not know her ass from her elbow to pander to the black people. But they are smarter, Joe. They know your history.
And I just felt so discouraged. So I just feel like that is so important, like to finance students while they're in college, because they get really discouraged. And that's what people want to know. People want to know, can you provide college education, this Medicare plan, without a big chunk of taxes coming out of our check?
Cardi B, you asked a good question. The truth is, the answer is no. He cannot do it. You cannot have a welfare state and open borders. The math does not work.
Y'all niggas doing with my money? What is y'all doing with my money? I want to know. I want receipts. I want everything. I want to know what y'all niggas doing with my.
Thank you for your willingness to help. I promise I'll make mistakes as president, but I'll admit to the mistakes I make, and you're never going to have to wonder whether I'll keep my word.
All right.
Thank you.
I would like to see it.
Just check me out. I've never broken my word. Anything I've said I was going to do. Never in my life.
Habibis, that is the end of the video. There is a little clip I would like you to watch if you are still here. Please hit the like button, share, and subscribe to Mr. Habib. Bacon and salami.
When I marched in the civil rights movement, I did not march with a 12-point program. I marched with tens of thousands of others to change attitudes. And we changed attitudes.
When I was 17 years old, like many of you, I participated in sit-ins to desegregate the restaurants and movie houses of Wilmington, Delaware.
I came out of the civil rights movement. I was one of those guys that sat in and marched and all that stuff. During the 60s, I was, in fact, very concerned about the civil rights movement. I was not an activist. I worked at an all-black swimming pool in the east side of Wilmington, Delaware. I was involved in what they were thinking, what they were feeling. I was involved, but I was not out marching. I was not down in Selma. I was not anywhere else. I was a suburbanite kid who got a dose of exposure to what was happening to black Americans when I'm in my own city.
You know, when I was a teenager in Delaware, for real, I got involved in the civil rights movement. We have the 8th largest black population in America. Most people don't know that. And I'd go to 8 o'clock Mass, then I'd go to Reverend Herring's church where we'd meet in order to organize and figure where we were going to go, whether we were going to desegregate the Rialto movie theater or what we were going to do. I got my education for real in the black church. And that's not hyperbole, it's a fact. But I got my education, Reverend Doc, in the black church. Not a joke. Because when we used to get organized on Sundays to go out and desegregate movie theaters and things like that, we'd do it through the black church. I was no big shakes, Reverend, in the civil rights movement. I was just a kid. I got involved in desegregated movie theaters and helping, you may remember Reverend Moyer in Delaware and Herman Holloway organized voter registration drives, coming out of black churches on Sunday, figuring how we were going to move. In October, I was invited to the National Civil Rights Museum in Memphis to receive the Freedom Award, a thing when I sat in black churches on the east side of Wilmington getting ready to, and by the way, next to two Jewish rabbis, getting ready to go out and desegregate movie theaters in Delaware. I never, ever thought in my life I would be worthy of, and I'm still not sure I'm worthy of it.